Welcome to Hammer and Nails with Skip and Alison Bedell.
Welcome, everybody.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hello. Welcome to Hammer and Nails. Hammer and Nails podcast.
Hey, I'm Skip Bedell. Thanks for coming back.
I'm Alison Bedell.
And we're here. We're doing our thing.
Yeah.
Once again.
It's as if you have a written script. You say that all the time.
Not really.
You
Once
do.
in a while I do.
I'm going to make you a
Well,
compilation.
we are doing our thing.
I'm going to make you a compilation.
Get done doing our thing, actually. Wow.
Well, with that being said, the pellets are working.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Check out hormone replacement.
Yeah. Yes.
Is it actually replacement or is it enhancement? Like, you still have some.
No, it's you're replacing what you don't have.
Right.
Yeah,
Okay.
You're supposed to have it.
Right.
So in case y'all don't remember or didn't listen to the episode where I was talking about it, it's hormone replacement therapy, but it's natural. It's all natural with pellets. It's called, you always yell at me for not turning off my ringer in there.
I know. I'm the first.
Yeah. It's called bioidentical. And what that means is that it is the same as your natural hormones in that it is a natural hormone and not a chemical like the kind that Arnold Schwarzenegger used to shoot into his ass cheek.
No, that's just allegedly.
No. Well, it's natural, it's real, and the loss of testosterone as you get older contributes to many, many, many things changing in your body, and not for the better. Things like your memory and your concentration
Yeah, it's not
and
just
your
all
energy.
about like sex drive. It's also about
And
like,
sex
your
drive.
your energy and just like your whole ability to concentrate and focus on stuff and your overall like just kind of motivation. It's like
It also assists with a lot of people who have depression. So they end up not having to take
they're
pills for
depressed because
that.
they're not having sex.
Well, so what had happened...
They're like, oh, I'm not really feeling like it right now.
I wasn't really planning on hopping right into this topic right away, but I guess I'll...
Well, here we are.
Since we're already there.
See, that's the way we do it. That's the thing about Hammer and Nails. It just happens.
Yeah.
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 Unscripted.
Yeah.
Live.
You have no idea how much we like pause and go do shit and then come back and then like you guys never even realized we were going
Do some good shit there.
Yeah. So, what was I saying? So I started it a year ago. Oh, yeah, just about a year ago because Lynette Carolla had told me about the pellets that she was getting. I'm like, what the fuck are pellets? And I usually consider myself really knowledgeable about OBGYN type topics. And
Right.
I used to work in an OBGYN office right out of college. I worked in a place for years.
That's a lot of gefilte fish.
What? Oh, shut up. Idiot. Why did you say it like a Jew?
I don't know.
I was like thinking about a temple. Like, and you were talking about, you should have said something like,
That's what I'm saying. There's a hidden message in there.
It would like better with like a fish taco or something, like a Mexican fish taco.
Well, it is Taco Tuesday after all. Oh, wait, no, it's Tip Tuesday. Sorry.
So anyway,
Every
she
day
was telling me about the
Taco
pellets.
Tuesday in this house.
I'm well versed in everything vagina, and so I thought I knew it all, and as it turns out, I didn't. And she was getting these pellets that under her skin by her hip, and then Olga was getting them, her nanny, and
Well, that's for when Lynette's tired, Olga can take over.
so
Ace Man is like, yeah, I don't know what to do. They're both attacking me all night.
Not exactly, but so she was telling me about how drastically her sex drive had changed and her energy and all these things just were like markedly
Yeah, Adam was coming to the
improved.
set every day like exhausted. I'm like, dude, you need some sleep.
You're just being no. So anyway, so I said I got to try this. So then I went to look up to see where I can get it done in New York, and there was like 2 doctors. One was maybe about 45 minutes away, and another one was in New York City, and I was like, holy shit. That's like a ways to go to try something that insurance does not pay for, by the way. So I went to this other doctor. I went there 3 times in a row. And what they do is they take your blood, they look at your hormone levels, they run your testosterone, your estrogen, your progesterone, your thyroid, all kinds of shit to see what you're missing. And it's just, he's an internist. It's people like doctors that just happen to get training in this specialized field of bioidentical hormone replacement therapy. So based
that was
on,
a mouthful.
Yeah, I know. I'm smart like that sometimes.
Wow.
So based on my test results is how they determine how much of a dosage they're going to give me in the pellets. So the company basically tells them, like, if their level's at this, give them this, because you're supposed to be at a certain range based on your gender and your age.
Right.
So I had been getting the recommended amount for like 9 months or so, and I was like waiting for my big improvement.
You felt like a little bit of
in
improvement.
The beginning.
Yeah, you were like, oh, whoa,
there was a surge in the beginning. That's that, and from what I'm told, that's normal. There's a surge, like where all of a sudden you get the crazy libido. Your private parts swell up like a balloon.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I was like, am I transitioning? And then
there's like a marble down there.
What the fuck?
Like, what is that thing?
I'm growing a penis.
I'm like, what the?
Instead of eat me, I just say suck my dick.
Oh God, stop it!
Just kidding. So anyway. No, but really, like it gets swollen, So it's like, but it only lasts like if that part lasted.
You were like
you
remind me of
weeks.
like Harley, like our dog, like when she's in heat, like the whole area swells up like a balloon, and she just like walks around backwards everywhere, like she's just like banging,
puts it in everybody's face.
Yeah, she's like banging her junk into everyone's face.
Cats.
Like, look at it, do something right now to it. And they're all like, yo, get out of here, man. They're all like walking away from her.
Yeah.
She's like, the cat will be like laying there on the, she'll do it to a cat too.
Yeah.
She doesn't even care who it is.
Yeah.
And she'll just like smash it in his face. Boom! Cat's like, yo, what? Looking around like kind of all woken up and startled and shit. She's like, do something to it right now.
Well, that's kind of how I was initially when I first started getting the pellets, and it kicked in. But then after
you came
the surge,
out to L.A. and visited me out there one time, like after you got it done, because you were bouncing back and forth every week. And at one trip, you came out there like, you called me on the phone like, I'm doing it, and like I want to see how it works out. And then the next time you came out, you were just like in beast mode.
Yeah,
like,
well,
whoa, you're gonna rip my shit off.
But then it subsides. It goes away, but then it's supposed to come back again, and you're supposed to maintain a higher level. Long story short, I wasn't very pleased with. I liked the doctor himself, but I wasn't very pleased with the service I was getting there, because not only was there like a 2 to 3 hour wait every time I went to his office, then the procedure took a long fucking time. But then I wasn't getting the feelings that I was hoping to feel. I wasn't noticing anything significantly different. Like and from everybody who's taken it, including the nurse there, they're like, "Oh my God, what a difference!" And I'm like, I don't feel any difference. So I know I'm paying out of pocket for this every time I go. So I looked into getting it done by somebody else, and I found someone actually closer. I don't know if she just started doing it or if maybe she advertised better now or what, but she's awesome. This woman, she's a nurse practitioner who does family practice, and she's done psych visits for a long time, and she does all this spa stuff, like the lip injections and the laser,
it's
and
like
all the
injectables.
Yes, it's a medi-spa.
It's a medi-spa.
Yes, that's it. I'm at a loss for words.
That's big business, by the way, medi-spa.
Yes. I'm very excited about the. She's really nice, and she has a very different approach. She is like, if you're not feeling the way you want to be feeling, we'll give you more, and we'll figure out what level is right for you, and then we'll maintain that. So I went for my first visit. I got my pellets, and she said, wait 4 weeks. Let me know. We're going to have your blood done. I had my blood done again, and I said, I'm not feeling any different. She said, come back, and they gave me some more, no extra charge.
Well,
she gave me a boost, like an extra 50, I don't know if they're milligrams or what they are, but she gave me another round of pellets, 50, whatever. And about a week after that was 2 weeks ago, and after a week, I was like, give me some.
Yeah.
And it's been give me some all day, every day.
Yeah.
It's like, there's
multiple times a day.
Yes. There's no satiating.
It's like, right now, do it again.
Whether you're here or not, I'm getting some.
I'm like, yo, what?
It's working. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that in more ways than one. So, so now I feel like I can give a better account of it work, what it's like when it's actually working. So, and that's only how it's going right now. So, again, I'm going to have to keep going back every few months. You have to get them like every 3 to 4 months, depending on your blood levels.
Supposedly, a lot of people have really good results in that, and men as well.
Yes, it's for men too.
Yeah, really, it does a tremendous amount of good stuff for like your energy level, and it's all natural ingredients in it, right? It's not like chemical.
It's all natural, so you don't get any of those side effects.
Yeah.
That
what's the name of that particular product?
Bio T. That's BIO and then T.
Yeah, go online and check that out, folks.
Yeah.
And see if there's a doctor that does testing for your levels in your area. And you might want to just go and get it checked out, because what an incredible difference, like just in your whole... you know what's funny? Like, we watched that movie the other night, Limitless. Yes. Right?
Yeah, with Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper.
Yeah.
Well, obviously, it's not quite that extreme, but it's like, you get just a higher level of, focus, and you have more energy, right?
Yes.
It's supposed to really do like great things for people. So yeah, check it out.
Yeah, it's
I can tell you, it's working over here.
It's working. It's working. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. It's good also, like, if you're going through menopause, you're not supposed to take
like soy milk.
Soy milk. Wow, yeah. Oh my God.
Actually, by the way, for the guys out there, you should know, if you don't already know, soy is not a product that you guys, even though you'll hear a lot of people say that it's very healthy and it's good for you, but soy is something that is considered to be a testosterone level killer in men. So if you're having issues with low testosterone, hormone levels, whatever, you definitely want to keep the soy out of your diet, and that includes soy milk and other soy-based products.
Yeah, and there's other things. It's not just testosterone. They look at all of your hormones to see what you're lacking in and what you need more of or less of, and they also recommend there's supplements. There's a lot of supplements that I'm taking now that I never even heard of before, that people are getting really good results with. Lynette was taking them too, so I'm taking these other supplements. One's called DIM. I'm taking some iodine supplement pills and probiotics. There's a whole slew of stuff.
All kinds of stuff for probiotics and alkalinity.
Yeah, because if your gut isn't working properly, you're not absorbing the nutrients and processing the foods and the other supplements that you're taking properly.
My gut seems to be working really good, but I just seem to I somehow turn everything into gas.
Yes.
Like everything is turned into like there's two byproducts of food that goes into me, is like muscle and air.
Yes. Yes. You're full of air. Common symptoms of hormone imbalance. I'm just looking at the biotmedical.com website. Common symptoms of a hormone imbalance: difficulty sleeping at night, lack of energy and fatigue during the day, reduced mental focus and memory, moody, anxious, or depressed, weight gain including increased fat around the midsection, inability to lose weight regardless of healthy diet and exercise, decreased muscle strength, muscle and or joint pain, reduced sexual desire and performance.
Pretty much all the things that you don't want to happen to your body.
Yeah, so I would look into that if I were you, and I'm telling you right now,
yeah,
I'm ready for round 4 later.
Really? 4?
4.
Yes.
And the night's not even over.
I love it. 4.
Yeah, 4.
That's
people.
right.
4. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Thank God I'm married.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah.
What would I do if I didn't have you?
I don't know.
Oh my God, I'd be investing in like a dildo factory or something. I don't know.
Yeah, you're like a machine, man. I'm like, damn, I thought I'd like to do it a lot.
Oh, God.
That's
but
awesome. Yeah.
I think I'm going to outdo you.
I don't know about that.
Oh, boy. Oh, you know what I forgot to mention?
I'll have fun trying, though.
You know what? Actually, I put the link to this stuff on our Hammer and Nails podcast.com. Cute little bell running around. HammerNailsPodcast.com. I'm going to put the link to the stuff that I'm taking. And also, please don't forget that there is an Amazon banner on our website. Now, I have been disappointed with one friend after the next. People saying, oh, yeah, I forgot to do it. Look at all this stuff I bought from Amazon. Sorry, I forgot to do it. Listen, fuckers, put this on pause right now and go to our banner, drag it up to your bookmark bar, and use it next time you shop at Amazon. It helps us out a lot, and it doesn't take anything. It takes no effort on your part. All you got to do is this one time, drag it to the bookmark bar, and thank you very much. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
So there were some other things that had gone on in the world, one of which I didn't tell you about because I was saving it for tonight.
Really?
Yes. I shut down the entire criminal court building today.
You are?
I alone. I was the cause of the entire building coming to a stop and vacating.
How is that?
I got into work this morning, and it's a routine. I do, you know what I mean? Like you do the routine. Sometimes you go to the bathroom same time every day. You pour yourself a cup of coffee every day. I have a routine. My routine, I walk in my office. I've got a big giant mirror in there, like a nice fancy mirror to make it look nice in there. And I take a look in the mirror, and I take this little travel size can of hairspray, and I just give myself a little poof on the top of my head, the tss, 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 tss.
Right.
And all of a sudden, it's like, I'm like, some stupid motherfucker cooking their toast, not paying attention, setting off the smoke alarm. Now, the whole building has to evacuate for like 20 minutes at least.
The whole building?
The whole fucking building, right?
The whole building?
Yeah. So he is running around a lot with that belt. The whole building evacuates. I go outside, and I'm just thinking like, oh, man, stupid ass. I want to get my work done. I got to stand out here and wait till everybody can go back in, because the fire department has to come and make sure everything's okay.
Yeah. There's like hundreds of people in that building, right?
Yes. It's a court building.
So
judges, everybody.
All the court, everything, the courtrooms, everything's got to empty out.
Whatever. I mean, they weren't in session yet because it was still very early. It was like 8:15, I think. But there.
So what happens to like the prisoners that are waiting to go up to the courtrooms?
They have to go out.
Everybody out of the building.
Yeah. So after about 20, 25 minutes, we get back into the building, and I go to my office, and I start to do my work, and knock, knock, knock. Come in. It's the couple of custodial guys from my building. They're like, did you spray hairspray before? I go, yeah. He goes, that was the cause of the fire alarm. It's like, what?
Hairspray?
What? I'm like, are you just saying that because you can smell it right now, or because is there like a grid like where you can see what office? He goes, no, we have a thing where it shows us which office set off the alarm.
So and there's a smoke detector in every office, obviously.
Yes, and it was my office. So I was like, oh my God, like I have sprayed this thing countless times, and I'm not one of these hairspray girls. You know what I mean? You know how I am. A little zzz, zzz, just like right here, and that is it. Right. I use very little to no hairspray.
Right.
And it was my room that set it off. And I said to him, I was like, oh my God, I am so sorry. First of all, it's hairspray. It's not anything. I didn't light a candle. Nothing smoking at all.
Right.
And he said, that set it off. And then I said, oh God, then I guess I'll go into the bathroom the next time. And we're like, no, wait a minute, I can't even do that because there's a smoke alarm in the bathroom too.
Wow.
But I mean, like I've done this countless. I've got room freshener. I've sprayed. I've had spray deodorant, I keep in my desk just in case.
Right.
Somebody even told me that once somebody in the bathroom, they brought their stink spray in the bathroom, and that set it off.
Really?
I had never heard of such a thing.
No, I never heard of that. We install smoke and fire detectors and CO detectors and all kinds of detectors in homes and buildings all the time, and I've never heard of hairspray setting off any of that.
I would have never done it had I known, and I'm just shocked that was enough. I mean, it wasn't like I was doing a Texas hairdo today. It was so little.
Wow.
And it was enough to have to evacuate the building for 20 minutes.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
So, did you get called down to the principal's office or anything?
No, they didn't. Nobody knew. Now they do.
Oh, wow.
But so now this is a public service message to let everybody know that these types of chemicals, I guess, can set off.
It's a PSA.
Yeah, it can set off a smoke alarm, even though it's not smoke.
Wow.
Who knew?
No, maybe they're doing something different with these detectors now. Maybe also in government buildings and stuff too.
I guess
you have terrorism and all that.
Right,
They probably
chemical
probably
attack.
sensitive to all sorts of things that your average smoke and fire detector in a home or whatever is not, maybe that technology is not in there because these things are probably designed to sense anything that's not natural in the air now.
Yeah.
Because if you think about a government building or someone like, sprays something into the air ducts or something and is traveling through all the courtrooms and everything, it could wipe out the whole place.
Right. And that's a very good thing that if that's what they're doing, but they should let us know, like I'm letting you know, so that people like me don't spray something.
Well, I'm really glad that you told me this because I was considering coming to pick you up for lunch tomorrow, and I usually carry around my can of hairspray with me. I have the extra large industrial size of Aquanet that I keep in my leather jacket. So yeah, the Aquanut and the Aquanut.
Aquanut.
Yeah, Aquanut. And the and I got the big comb, like that big handled comb that goes in your back pocket. In the back pocket.
Yeah.
And I slick it back. Hey.
Well, because I've been wearing my hair wavy all summer, like naturally curly. I've been keeping a pick in my back pocket.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I try to stick my head out the window as I'm like driving and get it to blow like straight back like this, where it peels my whole face back.
Like a rich attorney.
Yeah, and then I spray it then I push it back some more and I stick my head out the window and dry it.
There is an attorney that I see quite frequently he got that slick back hairdo.
Oh, slick back.
Yeah, like when you put the gel in it, it's straight back, and it just makes me think like you fucking asshole.
It's like really? The slick back.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just the hairdo of an asshole. That's all I'm saying.
It's like people are still wearing that hairdo, right?
I guess if you're an asshole, yeah.
Well, you can't say everybody that has slick back hair is an asshole.
But he looks like an asshole, and coincidentally,
I mean, he might very well be an asshole. But I'm just saying that you can't lump everybody with slick back hair into the asshole category because that wouldn't really be fair to some of the people that have slick back hair that aren't necessarily assholes.
But do you know anybody with slick back hair that isn't an asshole? Can you think of anybody?
I don't even know of anyone with slick back hair anymore.
Matt, I mean, like asshole.
Well, yeah, that's yeah.
Right?
I mean, I don't know. Do I know anyone with slick back hair anymore? I don't think so.
No, because they're assholes.
Back when I was in the suit and tie,
no,
genre.
You had flock of seagulls. You didn't have slick back.
Well, yeah, true. That was the 80s. Everybody had flock of seagulls. You're either flock of seagulls or Billy Idol.
Duran.
Yeah, Duran.
Yeah.
You got the big wave in the front with the
yeah. So that was
the modified mullet. What were we thinking in the 80s, right? Like what? With the clothes and the hair, like what the hell was going on?
All I can say is that it's just the worst thing in the world is that the high-waisted jean and shorts came
but I gotta say though, chicks were hot back then though, because they wore like mini skirts and like the big hair and the makeup and like the high heels and like all. I think all that stuff's sexy. So
you like the high heels?
I like all of it.
Yeah,
I like all that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, what's not sexy about any of that, right?
Okay, well.
Yeah.
Moving on. I wanted to talk about this whole Ryan Lochte situation.
Oh, yeah. That interview with Matt Lauer, by the way, was
let's back up first. Let's just back up.
Just back it up, like rewind it?
Back up. Don't jump. Don't dump your whole load, before we've even gotten any.
Well, that would make number 4 already for today.
So first of all, there was the reports that he was robbed along with 3 other swimmers, and to which I was not surprised, thinking like, yeah, we all heard about all kinds of crazy shit in Rio, like in addition to the Zika virus, that all the conditions down there were just horrific.
Right, some crime and some
and the dirty and the water conditions and the air conditions, just terrible things going on down there. So I wasn't surprised. Then he was being accused of lying, and before he was even questioned by the Olympic Committee, and I was like, those assholes, they really, like, what are they, like, they're trying to make everything hush-hush, like, oh, it's really nice here in Rio, don't say anything otherwise, So I was like, that's still, bullshit. So then it came out that there was video. This is after he had done some interviews saying that they were robbed.
The surveillance, the security cameras.
Right. So now the surveillance video came out. Now he had said that he was, they were held up at gunpoint. Their cab was stopped by people who looked like the police. They took out guns, pointed it at them, demanded money, and then they were let go after they gave money. He left out the part, or should I say, omitted the part where he had allegedly vandalized the bathroom. So
no,
now,
what I gotta wonder though, what exactly was it that they? I mean, like, you know, did they like tear the door off the stall or something, or like, you know, kick in the toilet
when
bowl?
They say
like,
that,
what?
It makes you wonder, like, okay, so to what degree was this bathroom vandalized?
Because we've all seen some bathrooms that were vandalized. Like they're pretty fucked up.
But by you, even like just from using the toilet.
Well, that's an
it's
entirely
like,
different type
you
of
gotta hire a
vandalization.
crew to clean that place up.
That's a hazmat situation. That's not really vandalization. That's
yes. You've had the stories.
That is an ecological disaster area.
So, so then it came out that this video, and it showed them talking to what was security at this gas station, and they were accused of vandalizing the bathroom. So then he finally came out and said that, yes, I damaged the bathroom. And he had this interview with Matt Lauer, which is, I'm just completely disgusted with Matt Lauer and this interview. Because
that interview was like, it's just like on and on about the same shit. Like
so
over
now
and
it
over
was
again,
very
right?
apparent to me, maybe, you know, I could be wrong, but it seems apparent that Ryan Lochte had a publicist who assisted him in creating the explanation and how he was going to present it. By creating the explanation, I mean as far as the part that he was going to tell about the story, and that he was taking accountability.
People that are in, you know, the public eye, like politicians and, you know, celebrities and entertainment people, when they get into some hot water like that and do something stupid, where they wake up the next day with a hangover, they're like, oh my God. They usually call up the cleanup crew.
Yeah.
Or especially when they have to have some sort of press announcement, and somebody is responsible for, you know, giving them some sort of, you know, dictation or something.
So what his
dictation?
What he
nah
use dictate in a sentence.
Yeah, my girlfriend said my dictate good.
Anyway, so he took full accountability. He accepted all responsibility, placed none on anybody else other than himself. He said that he was the one who damaged a poster in the bathroom. He doesn't know why he did it. He said he was drunk. He wasn't blaming it on being drunk. He was just saying he was being stupid. He had no reason for doing it. He did it. And then upon exiting the bathroom, the security guys showed up and pointed a gun at him and told them that they had to pay for the damage.
First of all, let me say this. The guy tears a poster off the wall, probably of some opposing team or whatever, right?
It was like a Subway sandwich type of poster in a frame.
Something promotional, whatever it was, some sort of poster that's on the wall in this restroom, right? So they tear the poster off the wall. Well, yeah, stupid move. But I mean,
broke the glass, like it got a crack in the front of it.
Okay, but that's like gun in your face. Like crime,
right?
First of all, like that to me is like a little, like you're actually gonna put a gun on someone and point it at their head because they tore a poster off the wall,
right? So at this point, Ryan was telling Matt that they had been told to pay for the damage,
which was $11,000.
No, it wasn't that the damage was $11,000. You're skipping ahead again. So. The security guard...
That's what I do. It's my name. It's right in my name. It's, you know, Skip. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Pay attention.
Okay. So they paid money, I think to the tune of like $400-something, I think he had. They gave the money, and then the security guys let them go. So Matt now is hopping in saying that you weren't robbed. You negotiated a deal so that you could leave and they wouldn't call the police. So at this point, you were negotiating. He kept using that fucking word, negotiating. Matt Lauer.
Yeah, the interview seemed kind of repetitious, and it was basically Matt saying that stuff. And then a combination of Loki saying, I was an idiot, I acted immature, I was definitely intoxicated.
I'm sorry, I learned my lesson.
I'm really sorry, and I learned my lesson. And he must have repeated that like 20 times.
And he appeared very sincere.
He did appear.
And he even cried.
He did. Well, he didn't actually cry.
He had tears.
I didn't see any tears.
His eyes were very red.
I heard the sniffles. I didn't see any tears though.
Okay, well,
those are called crocodile tears.
No, his eyes got red. He definitely. I've seen fake crying,
okay.
and his eyes welled up, and he was.
All right. Well, you know what? The bottom line is that he should have cried, because if you think about it, the opportunity of a lifetime to partake in the Olympic Games, and especially at the level that he's at, and represent the United States. So now, like, the Olympic Committee is looking at him like he's let down not only his whole team. And these people have been training, their lives to get to the Olympics, right? This is their shot. So it kind of reflects on all of them, but it also, like, reflects on our country, right? So, like, but what didn't the number wind up being? I heard $11,000 being thrown around.
Ahead.
All right, so clarify that for me, because
let me fill you in.
Yeah, fill me in.
Yeah, so shut the fuck up already, so I can.
Whoa,
You're
what?
Just, like, flapping your jibs. I'm trying to get to the point here. So
Again.
Brian said that the swimmers offered.
Number 4 coming up.
Yes. He said that they offered about $50 for the damage, but the station wanted more. So then they paid about $400. So there were reporters and such in the TMZ. They actually had somebody go to this bathroom to see what the damage was, and they found nothing wrong with anything in the bathroom other than a crack on a plastic cover of a sign on the wall outside of the bathroom. And it said, although the cops talked about a mirror that was broken in the bathroom, there was no evidence of that. And someone that works there said that the sign was the only thing that was damaged. So what my beef is with this whole interview, and like, okay, let's just throw it right out there right away. Ryan Lochte shouldn't have been taking anything off a wall in the bathroom. Okay, you were drunk, you're an idiot, fine. But the issue I think at hand here is that when you have a gun pointed at you and you are demanded to give money, that is robbery and or extortion. If there's a gun involved and you are forced to give money in lieu of anything else happening, that's robbery.
So first of all, what I'm thinking, right, exactly. I'm thinking, like, who's to say that this security guard, armed security guard, that now has decided it is validated to put a gun in his face.
And he's now also authorized to tell the value of said broken picture.
Well, because on the side, he is an auctioneer.
Right.
So,
right. Whatever happened to, okay, you committed a crime, we're going to call the police and they'll arrest you, and let the court and the judge decide.
Yeah, it's called due process.
Yes. If you broke something and you owe money, like restitution to pay for it, that's up to the court to decide, not the
this
security
goes back,
guard.
by the way, to some of the things that I've been telling you about what it's like in a lot of other countries.
I know.
We're used to what it's like here. And then you go through the court system, and it takes a year to get a trial date.
Right.
It gets pled down to a parking violation. You get a $10 fine and a slap on the wrist, and you're out the door.
Okay.
Over there, they shoot you.
Right. Well, and with that in mind...
There's no court.
Yeah. With that in mind, with a gun pointed at him and him being told that 50 wasn't enough and give more money, that's robbery and or extortion. And that's what it is.
It would seem.
That's what it is. I don't care if he broke the toilet.
They have their own laws, but it would seem that there's no due process there. So, yeah.
It doesn't matter to me if he broke the toilet and the door and the mirror and pissed all over the place, because that point is now moot, because it's already been established he did something stupid, he was drunk, and he broke something. But the part after that is everything that Matt Lauer just completely fucked up in his asshole interview. He gave him the 3rd degree over that. No, you negotiated so that you could leave. Yeah, motherfucker, there's a gun pointed at me. I'm in a foreign country. Who knows? Obviously there's some kind of corruption going on here, because if they were doing the right thing, they would have just called the police and didn't deal with the police.
In a lot of countries like that, I've been down in Mexico and places like that, and the police are basically like the military. It's like the
this guy was a security guard, though.
Federales and stuff. They walk around with automatic weapons. So they don't play.
Right.
And they're just pretty much waiting for drunk Americans to come out of Senor Frogs.
Oh yeah.
Wrecked out of your face on fucking tequila.
I remember,
and how many worms you ate.
Nothing.
Yeah, they pull you over and they basically. All right. I'm going to give you a perfect example of this shit. When I was in Mexico, I was going down to Cancun and left the hotel, got in a cab, didn't have any rental car or anything like that, were basically staying in the resort. Because a lot of times you go to these countries, like, you don't really want to leave the resort. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to, like, stay, you go off grounds, and, like, you don't know what the hell's going to happen. You know, like, I've been to Jamaica and a lot of the Caribbean islands. It's pretty dicey, like, down in some, like, oh, let's go to Montego Bay. It's going to be great. We'll sightsee, we'll get some souvenirs. But, like, you're taking your life into your own hands in a lot of cases. So go down to Cancun, go into a nightclub, and on the way down there in the cab ride, there's like a long road that goes from basically like the string of hotels, and then there's kind of just beach road, one lane in either direction for a few miles until you get to like the city where the clubs are and stuff. So we're passing, car after car is pulled over by the police. We must have passed 10 cars pulled over in the course of 5 miles. And I go to the cab driver, I'm like, what the hell is going on down here? What is, like, everybody's pulled over. And he's like, that's how they make their money. He's like, those are all Americans that drive down, or they're in rental cars, and they know exactly the type of cars, their license plates, they know they're rental cars, and they pull them over, and they're like, that's how they make their money. It's like, if you have enough money, you can get out of anything down here. Like, they'll throw a bag of weed in your car, or throw a knife, or whatever. It's total corruption. If you have enough money, they'll take you. If not, you wind up in the Mexican prison, and you know, who knows what they're going to say that you did, and it's your word against theirs. And now you're in a foreign country. So basically,
and everybody knows those kinds of stories.
Oh yeah. So I said to this guy, I'm like, you know, well, that's pretty much like they're getting robbed. And he's like, that's exactly. Now, this is a Mexican guy telling me about the Mexican police. He goes, that's exactly what it is. He goes, they will drive you to an ATM machine, and they will say, how much money do you have in the bank? And they're like, well, give us $100 or $500, whatever, we'll let you go. He goes, it doesn't even matter what you do. You could kill someone. If you have enough money in the bank, they will let you go. And that's how they're making their money. It was like prime tourist season, and all night long, around the clock, they just pull people over, and it's like incident after the next. So now you look at a case like that, and the way we're talking about, right? You know, I mean, the corruption is so widespread, and like we're so used to, even though like everywhere there's corruption, everywhere there's, you know, there's people on the other side of the fence, right? But here we're used to having like, you know, the luxury really of seemingly some sort of due process, even though you know firsthand that most people, like, you get off way too easy here for stuff. So on the other side of the coin, like in some of the countries we were talking about, if you're a thief, you get your hand chopped off. Yep. Or if you rape somebody, you get your nuts chopped off. Yep. You know, there is something to be said about that, because I can guarantee you the percentages of those crimes are probably a hell of a lot less than they are here. But if you're an American and you're in one of these other countries, you are not in good shape. Like, if you're in a position like that, especially if you're drunk, forget about it, man. Yeah, it's a scary situation. So I don't know, man. I got to say, yeah, what he did was stupid, no doubt, right? Especially in his capacity. He's an Olympic, you know, representative. He's supposed to be representative. High-profile person. Never should have never should have been drunk and doing stupid shit in a public restroom at a gas station, right? This is
that's a given.
Stupid. But I got to say, if someone was pointed a gun in my face in some back, off beaten trail gas station in some foreign country, I'd be like, here you go. You know, take my, I don't care. Here's my watch. Here's my money. You know, don't shoot me in the face. Yeah. You know, because listen, it's not like, you know, it's not like here.
What would Matt Lauer say if he was the one now having a gun pointed at him being demanded money? Is he going to say, yeah, you know, I negotiated with the guy so that I could be on my way? No, he's not going to call it negotiations.
I don't know. Matt Lauer, to me, I think he's a really good interviewer. He's done a lot of great interviews. But to me, that whole interview, and I said it to you when we were watching it, I'm like, this interview is like, oh my God, it was 20 minutes of like almost, he was getting like the guilt trip. You know, Matt was like, well, you know, don't you think that you kind of made some bad decisions? And don't you think if you hadn't have drank that night that maybe you wouldn't be in this position? It was like somebody's dad, like, you know, like, well, son, you know, maybe next time you won't think, you know, you'll think twice before you have that third beer. You know, it was like one of those. And the guy was like, I know, Dad, I was an idiot.
Remember this?
What is that?
This is the interview when Matt Lauer was interviewing Tom Cruise. And Tom Cruise was going off about Brooke Shields being on antidepressants after her postpartum depression.
Oh, right.
Wait,
I don't think anybody can hear that. The mic's not close enough.
I'm not saying that isn't real. Plus, aren't there examples where it works? You're glib. You don't even know what riddling is. If you start talking about things...
Matt, you're glib.
You're glib. You're glib, Matt. You're glib.
You don't even know what riddling is. I know. When I think of Matt Lauer interviews, that's the one I always
That's
think
awesome.
of.
Tom Cruise is like, really, dude? You don't even know what the hell you're talking about.
Matt, you're a dick.
Yeah. I got to say, I like Matt Lauer. He is a good interviewer, but that particular interview, I just feel like, all right, dude, we get it, man. And the kid is like, I'm an idiot. I was an idiot.
Yeah.
I was
just still beating him over the head with a hammer, and it was like, enough is enough.
Yeah, it was like, how many times can you make someone almost force them to say the same thing?
Yeah.
Because he was running out of shit to say.
Yeah, and he wanted him to just say, I paid him so I can get out of there and not involve the police. But it was like semantics, dude. Matt's trying to say it's negotiating. It wasn't negotiating. He was negotiating away from Trump.
Trying to stay alive. Trying to stay alive.
Like, what the fuck? He wasn't like, hey, you know what? I'll give you $50. You let me, break that picture. It wasn't negotiating.
Here's what I think. I think that the kid did some stupid, right? But when he saw the gun and he was asking for money, he probably did not realize that, they think this is like the process down here. He's thinking like, all right, they're using this as an excuse and they're trying to rob me.
Right.
And, the next day, the whole thing hit the press, and now...
I can see how he thought he was robbed, and I would probably say the same thing.
I probably would have thought the same thing.
Somebody pointed a gun at me and said, give me money or else you can't leave.
Right. I probably would have thought the same thing, but then I think what happened was the cleanup crew got involved and listen, this is how you have to handle this.
Yeah, just say you're sorry, take accountability.
You're going to need to take full responsibility for your actions.
Right, because that's always going to look good to the public, without a doubt. Right. Because if he would have said one thing like, well, I only broke a picture, then that looks like excuse making. Right. So he has to just say, yeah, I was wrong. I shouldn't have done it.
I was immature. I was an idiot.
But he did say he did not pee in the bushes or something. There was something like they said he peed in the bushes. He's like, I did not urinate in the bushes. But yeah, so that whole story makes me sick.
Wow.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Did you see the naked statues of Donald Trump with baby dick?
No, I did not.
There are
I need to see that?
of naked Donald Trump being erected all over the place, but the statue has baby dick.
Now, how does anybody actually know what Donald Trump's dick looks like?
I think
is this just someone on Hillary's side, because you could be sure there's no one on Donald's side.
No, I think it's people who just are against the Trump campaign.
So this is just like another low blow, that happens in political season and election year, right?
Yeah.
People getting stupid.
Yeah, look.
So it's not like an actual picture.
Well, no, this is a picture. This is a like an artist, a painting. Oh, actually, Florida man gets tattoo of Donald Trump's baby dick. Look at that little tiny stump. Oh
no.
Oh, baby dick. And then there's these statues being put up in the city. There's a naked statue. And so there's a bobblehead with the baby penis. Where is that statue that was in the city? Well, it's a statue. This is it right here. Oh, it's a little baby dick right here.
All right. I get it. Yeah. I get the picture.
Yeah. Yeah. So I found that amusing.
All right. So that's pretty like sixth grade.
Yeah,
right?
I just I found it amusing.
No, I'm just saying people putting this stuff out there. Obviously, someone who is not a fan of the Trump campaign.
Yeah. That was cute.
Let's talk about his little dick.
Oh, baby dick. I watched the new 60 Days In season 2. And it's good. It's good. I was disappointed in what I had discovered about some of the participants from the first season, and that they were not in the professional capacity that they were presenting themselves as.
Right.
Like that woman, the dyke Tammy, she is not a 21-year veteran of the police department.
Right.
She was employed by the police department for
21 months.
7 years. No,
or weeks.
Just like a handful of years.
She made it through 21 weeks to the academy.
Yeah, and then she worked as a what is it? What do they call them in the store? Security.
Oh, the loss prevention?
Yeah, loss prevention officer.
LPO?
Yes. So she was doing that for much longer, and she was actually on one episode of a television reality show on True TV where she was following, watching people stealing in the stores, in her role as a loss prevention officer.
Right.
So she was not, and then at the end of you didn't see the last couple episodes, but she was saying that she's retiring because she didn't want to send people to jail anymore. She was totally playing up this whole police officer thing, but she was not a police officer who left, to do this thing and then went back to work. She hadn't been a police officer for years and years and years. She wasn't sending people to jail.
It was kind of a dramatization.
It was.
Okay.
Yeah, but this season seems really good. What I like,
which is all the more like what I've said many times that a lot of reality shows are
they embellish.
Yeah, they're a little bit embellished, a little bit exaggerated, a little bit cooked up or produced.
Right.
And I will say it again: Catch Contractor, the most realist reality show on television. Proud that we're a part of it.
True that.
Because it's the real deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, no scripts.
With that being said, the people who are in the jail and things that happen in the jail, that's real. So
right.
and it happens, and so it's a good show in that respect.
Right. I got you.
I did a nasty trick today. I don't know if I call it a nasty trick, but I was thinking it was as I was doing it. Pure protein bars. We used to eat them a lot before we were enjoying the Quest bars.
Right.
And I had tried a flavor. Peanut butter caramel. Delicious. With one negative side effect.
What's that?
Severe abdominal cramping and farting.
Oh, I was going to say, some of the pure protein bars, and because we eat a lot of protein bars, and especially when we're on the road and stuff, it's if you don't have time to stop and get a meal, you keep a couple of those in your bag, and you're good.
Yeah. So
and
today,
I definitely get hangry a lot.
Yeah. Well, going through all the stuff that we're now putting in our kitchen, all the food, I came across a brand new box, brand new. I never opened because I had previously tasted and experienced these negative side effects of the peanut butter caramel flavored pure protein bar. Brought the box to work and laughed hysterically on the inside as I put it in the kitchen as a free gift to whomever wants to eat some.
Oh. Well, it's not like it's going to hurt anybody, but I mean,
yes, it is.
They're definitely going to get a severe case of the farts, that's for sure. I don't know. Some protein bars just do that, right? What is that, man?
I was like, as I put it down in the kitchen, I'm like, fuck you, fuckers. Enjoy your protein bar.
That's funny. For all the people that took my lunch out of the refrigerator, you bastard.
Yeah, for that motherfucker who ate my whole fucking loaf of that yummy apple bread from Target, apple streusel.
Yeah, see, that sucks, man. I don't have to deal with any of that shit because I'm on job sites all the time, and
right.
I don't deal with that. But for someone like you that goes to an office building every day, and you have the community kitchen, so to speak, on your floor, and everybody shares the refrigerator and whatever. You all get there in the morning and throw your brown bag on the shelf, and you're supposed to respect your fellow co-workers and all that stuff. And then you get the douche that decides to just kind of finger fuck everybody's lunch bag, right? Ooh, what's this? This looks titillating. This looks delicious.
Yep.
I'm going to take a bite of this ring ding.
That's why I got my own fridge now. I got my own fridge with a freezer.
Yeah, get out of my lunch bag.
Yep. And I make sure I lick everything in it. Everything.
Who we were just talking to recently, somebody was telling us a story, which I thought it was really very funny, that they know someone who has this neighbor, and the neighbor would stop over a lot, every couple of days, right around dinner time. And, hey, how you doing, neighbor? What's going on? What are you guys up to? And, of course, they would, invite him in and be like, hey, we're just about to sit down to dinner.
Yeah, they lick the
We're
plate
just about
clean.
to sit down to dinner.
Who told us that
why don't you
story?
join us? I don't remember, but it was funny. So I think it might have been your dad. So the guy sits down, and then, at one point they realize that the guy never invites them over for dinner. This is bullshit. It's one-sided. We're feeding this guy 5 days a week, but we've never been to one freaking bar. In fact, we've never even been inside his house. So the next time he comes over, they're eating dinner, and they take their plates when they're done from the table, and they give it to the dog, and the dog licks the plate clean,
and they put it right
and they
back in
get
the
up and they
cabinet.
put it back. They put the plate right back in the cabinets. right in front of the guy. They put all the dishes and plates back in the cabinet as the dog licked them. And they said that was the last time they ever came over for dinner.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I would totally do that.
Yeah, I would totally do that.
Actually, I was thinking of that this morning. When I was sitting on the step with Milo and I doing our oatmeal routine.
Yeah.
He has got the cool, like this so damn cute, the little puppy fish. I just want to squeeze it. He sneaks. I like to sit out on the back porch in the morning when we're eating oatmeal and stuff. And he now has gotten this routine where he sneaks under my arm, and he kind of like wiggles his body. He just wedges it right in there between my arm and on my lap. And, you know, like when you sit and you kind of have your elbows at your side and, you're eating. So there's not much space between your arm and your body. Well, he kind of gets in there, and then he sits there and waits for me for the spoon to hit the bowl, and he sticks his head there. So now what I've been doing is, like, I take a spoonful of oatmeal, and I give him a spoonful of oatmeal. Right. And, like, we got this thing every morning now. He sees the oatmeal coming out, and he sits on my lap, and he's like, okay, I'm ready.
So cute.
Yeah, he's, like, totally, like, he thinks it's time for us to have breakfast together now.
That's so sweet.
So, I give it to him right off my spoon. I don't care, but it made me think of that story.
You know what's funny is that when I make that oatmeal for you every morning and that I prepare it in the bowl that he had actually used to eat his breakfast.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, but it's clean because
I was wondering why it tastes so good.
Yeah.
Real nice.
Yes.
Real nice.
So we saw a commercial the other night, and it was the most relaxing looking commercial ever, right? They were showing these people falling asleep, and it was like in these nice big reclining seats, and then they were served an amazing looking gourmet dinner, and it was the best night's sleep ever. And it was what was the commercial for?
It was for some airline.
Yeah.
It was like Emirates or some like really high-end, super high-end first-class airline.
And the reason you should take that airline is because it's going to be like the best night's sleep you ever had.
Yeah.
And then they were showing the meal, and it's like, no, you don't want to fall asleep because then you'll miss the good meal.
Yeah, that's what I was saying to you. It's just like, and we've done that, right? Like we've flown, back and forth to California, and every once in a while we'll take a business class or whatever, and it's like, the lay down seats and all the like fancy
but I don't
meals
miss
and
the dinner, so
unlimited
I don't
food and drinks, and like they really wine and dine you, right? So yeah, because like usually they're the red eye, so like you're exhausted and you want to fall asleep, and finally you're in a damn plane seat that reclines all the way down flat, so you actually can sleep if you want to. But then it's like, oh man, I'm gonna miss all the filet mignon. Yeah,
and there's cappuccino, and then there's the cookies, and then there's the Birchbox, and it's like, I don't want to fall asleep because I'm gonna miss all that stuff.
Yeah.
And then this commercial just made it look like it was better than any night's sleep you'll ever even have at home, right? It was you're not going to have an amazing night's sleep unless you get on this plane. It's you know what? I'm going to spend that $3,000 and get that good night's sleep.
Yeah, I'm going to take that 7-hour flight just so I can get a good night's sleep.
Like, it's amazing what they think people are going to fall for. Like, I'm going to go to another country and spend thousands to be in your first class.
People that travel back and forth overseas a lot, it's like, part of what they do. So they fly first class. It's
they were at their promotional point is it's like the best sleep you're going to have.
Right.
It's like really.
I got to say, it was convincing. I mean, I watched that commercial. I was almost asleep by the end of the commercial just watching it. I'm like, damn.
It's so ironic. It's like you're advertising sleeping and the dinner. Yeah. It's like you can't have it both ways.
Those seats are so comfortable they're putting me to sleep right now.
Yeah, it's like
I almost didn't make it to the end of the commercial.
But you can't have it both ways.
Right.
It's like, pick it. Either you're going to have a great sleep.
You know what's cool about
really
first class? The first class seats, you're in kind of like a capsule.
Yeah.
Right? Like you're in like this little.
Same thing on JetBlue.
Yeah. Like you're encapsulated like in like these curved walls.
It goes flat.
So it's kind of private. Like nobody can really see what you're doing in there, right? So I'm thinking like, wow, that's a great like. We could definitely pull off some mile high in there, right?
No, it's not covered like that, though.
Well, it'd be covered.
The only one where you can pull the door forward is in the single seat, not where it goes 2, 1, 2, 1. It actually has like a door, right? Yeah, only the one has a door, not the two.
Yeah, you're in like a little bathroom stall.
Yeah.
But it's actually, it's your little compartment.
I mean, it's nice to be able to lay down and practically flat, but it really isn't ideal sleeping conditions at all.
I'm not thinking about sleeping. I'm thinking about, yeah.
No, you're not.
Yes,
Shut
I am.
up. You're not on the
I'm
plane,
saying,
you're not.
like, if you got some privacy, it's like total. Then you don't have to try to like jam yourself and like two people into the bathroom for a little Mile High Club. You could actually.
No, you stop it. You're just really. You're not. No.
No,
You're not, no.
It couldn't happen.
No.
Under the blankets, like
No, because you're not even side by side. You're totally separated.
There's those two giant seats. You lift the armrest up in the middle.
No, it's not an armrest. It's a big to do. It's like your own little like egg.
Oh right, it was right. Yeah, there's that whole right.
Like
there was
a
that
two-person bed.
big divider.
Think about it. They're not made
right,
for couples.
I forgot.
You
Right,
could be
yeah. Right, there was like that whole. Yeah, like a
They're
little.
not gonna have you laying down next to a stranger.
It was like a little pony wall between the two of you there.
Get your head out of the gutter.
But it's good there.
Did you hear about the Pledge of Allegiance thing?
Don't even tell me. What now?
I don't, Obama signed something where it's not going to be required that everybody say the Pledge of Allegiance in school. So somebody on Facebook I saw showed a waiver that they received from their kid's school for you to sign if you want to approve not letting your kid stand up and put their hand over their heart and say the Pledge of Allegiance.
Are you shitting me?
So it's an option now. Now, okay. First of all, I'm not unpatriotic, but I don't think that. And I think it's stupid with this whole waiver and making it even be an issue. I think if a kid wants to sit down and not say it, that's fine. Because first of all,
I don't agree with that at all.
I don't think it changes your level of patriotism whether or not you are forced to stand and say something every day.
You're not
just
forced
like going
at all.
to church.
You should want to. You should want to stand if the kid is lucky to live in this country. And if it takes a minute and a half, I don't even think it takes that long. It probably takes under a minute to say the Pledge of Allegiance. To stand up and do that, then they should do it. I mean, I don't see any. What's the harm in that?
There's no harm, but I think it's also comparable to religion in that you can be very religious and believe in God and be a good person and not ever go to church.
It's got nothing to do with religion. It's about the country that we live in and the rights that we stand up for and the freedoms that we have. I'm
saying that should be taught by your family and also be taught in school, but I don't think that forcing people, you have to stand up and put your hand here and say this every day. That's not going to make them more loyal.
Well, listen, we can have difference of opinion on it, but I mean, I think kids should be raised with a sense of, a sense of pride in where they come from.
I agree.
Yeah.
That should be taught to them.
Yes.
Standing up every single day of your school life and being made to say the pledge doesn't make you more loyal to the country, more of a patriot. It doesn't instill any more.
Well, it doesn't hurt. In a time to when there's such unsettled times, right, and they see what's going on, kids are very impressionable. It doesn't hurt to feel a sense of unity and a sense of solidarity, right, where they can stand up together and say we're all for one nation, and what
under God, one nation under God.
Well, listen,
what about the people who don't believe in God or the people who believe in a different God?
Well, then they should probably leave the country too.
No.
Yeah. They should get on the same...
So what are you trying to say? That all people who are atheist or agnostic, they should leave the country?
No, I'm not trying to say that. Everyone has a right to worship whatever God or religion or non-religion thereof.
But it's one nation under God. So what if you don't believe in God? You're not part of the nation? You're not patriotic?
It's one nation. You're a citizen of this nation. And they
of
should,
this nation under God.
They should have respect for it. That's the way I see it. I don't think there's anything wrong with having kids say Pledge of Allegiance.
I don't either.
School.
My point is I don't think that they should be forced to. I don't think it should be like a mandatory thing.
This is the problem with this fucking country right now. Is that we have these trends now that are starting. Like, you can't even tell your kid to do anything anymore.
I think it's ridiculous that Obama signed this thing and that this is even an issue. My point is...
all this political correctness bullshit. Right. It's like there should be some fucking principles and some sort of standards that people live by if you want to be a citizen in this country. Like you pay your taxes, you obey the fucking laws, and you have pride in your country and you're loyal to your nation. If you can't do that, then get the fuck out. That's the way I think of it. If you don't like it, go somewhere else. And kids should be taught that they're fucking fortunate to live where they live. This is the best place on the planet to live, and they should respect that. So I don't see any problem.
I don't recall ever really being.
That's all I'm going to say about that. Don't get me fired up.
The sentiment behind the Pledge of Allegiance when I said it every day for 12 years of school. It was a thing that we said every day, but I didn't understand what it meant. It was just like when you sing the words to a song and you don't really listen
of
to,
course.
like that, like back in the 70s, stroke me, what is it? Stroke.
Really?
Stroke.
You're talking about Billy Squier?
I'm saying, like, I sang it, but I didn't know what it meant. So as somebody like who's like, 7 years old.
Are you actually comparing Billy Squier to the fucking Pledge of Allegiance?
Are you not listening to the content of what I'm saying and
I am.
actually thinking that I'm comparing
I get
it to
You
the
can
threat?
stand up every morning. It's repetition.
You can say something, but if you don't
right.
understand what it means, it's meaningless.
Yeah, okay. If you don't understand what it means, yeah, but if they weren't taught what the Pledge of Allegiance means in school, then that's another problem, right? See, but
that's what I'm saying.
This is the trend that I see that is happening now. Well, the first thing is, they don't have to say the Pledge of Allegiance; they don't want to. And you know what? There's no point because now less than half of the kids say it anyway. So we might as well not even tell them what it is. So it'll be a very short time before the next generation or the one after that. There is no more Pledge of Allegiance.
You're saying the Pledge of Allegiance in like first grade, and you don't even know what the fucking word allegiance means.
Well, but I
think it's more important to teach.
You remember that you had to say it, though, right? So it did teach you that.
But it didn't mean that I was loyal to the country and that I was pledging my allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. I don't know what the fuck that meant.
Right.
What does it mean if I'm saying it and I don't understand what it means? I think it's more important to teach what it means when they're early enough to understand what it means so that they know what they're talking about when they are saying the pledge.
I get what you're saying, and I agree with you. The meaning, of course, is paramount. That's the whole thing.
Right, it's not
that's
just
the whole
a song
thing
you
behind.
sing every morning.
So, of course, but, I mean, you don't remember being taught about the Pledge of Allegiance?
No.
You don't remember being taught about...
I remember being taught what the words are so I can say it every day, but I was never taught what the importance of it is, what it means, what allegiance is. Think about that word. That's not a first, second, third, fourth, fifth grade word. But they're saying it every day, and they don't know what the word allegiance means.
It should be.
It should be. Exactly is my point. So the fact that they're standing there saying it every day without even knowing what it means makes it meaningless.
I think all this shit is all like a big part of a big fucking mess of a slippery slope that's going to be the beginning of the end of all the things that we stand up for. Before you know it, there'll be no more holidays. There'll be no more American flag. There'll be no more anything because it's going to piss somebody off. And I say it's like, it's fucked up. If you don't like the stuff that we stand for in this country, then get the fuck out and go somewhere else. Go worship some other fucking bullshit. Go ride a fucking camel.
I'm talking about children in school. We're not talking about... What the fuck are you talking about? I'm talking kids in elementary
you're not
school.
paying attention to what I'm saying. I'm saying it's all part of like just the political correctness. It's a slippery slope. You say yes, okay, you know what? You're right. They don't have to do this anymore because it's not fair to the kids that don't want to do it. You're right. Well, they get a pass. And then the next thing is going to be, well, you gave the kid who didn't want to say a Pledge of Allegiance a pass. What about my kid that doesn't, want to do this? And now what are you going to say? You can't discriminate? So it's like what we see happen with all the shit that's going on in society. Like you can't even say or do anything anymore for fear that you're going to piss somebody off. And it's like, whatever happened, like where do you compromise the principles and standards that we built this country on? At what point is it going to be like, you know what? Fuck it. You don't need to do anything. It's fucking total anarchy. Go just do whatever the fuck you want. You know what I mean? Like that's what I see that happening like more and more with everything. It's like a trend. It's becoming okay to just do nothing. It's not okay. That's my opinion. You don't like it? I don't know what to tell you.
Suck it.
It's not okay to do nothing. You should do something. That's part of what we do.
I think you should teach what it is and what it means and instill the pride of our nation into the kids before you make them just say a phrase every day that they don't even know what the fuck it means.
Of course. That goes without saying. I mean, if they're not learning the meaning behind it, then there's some teacher that's fucking sleeping on the job. Of course.
Do you recall what the fuck it meant? Like, I don't remember ever being taught the meaning of the words of the whole Pledge of Allegiance.
Well, it's right around the time you get taught, the meaning of all the stuff that happened with the Revolutionary War and how this country gained its independence and all the things that happened with it, where we built this country and our founding fathers and all the things that we stand by, the Bill of Rights and the Constitution and all those things. It's like that's the shit that this country is made of. That's what makes us different from everybody else.
I think they should also remind kids of why they're saying it every day, if they're going to say it every day, because it seems like just like one of those morning routines at school. Like, you got to go do it. You stand up, you put your hand over your heart, blah, blah, blah,
Right.
blah, and then you go do something else.
Right.
I don't think that they understand why they're doing it, what they're doing, what
Right.
they're saying, and
Right.
that's what I think the problem is.
Yeah, no doubt that is a problem, and maybe that needs to be spend a little more time in their curriculum about stuff like that, rather than just having them go through the routine of it. But as far as allowing, I don't know. I have a hard time with that, because it's almost like, at what point do they just not? They don't have to do anything. But fucking, why even go to school? I don't feel like going to school today.
Some kids don't.
I know, but that's what I mean. That's what's going on with fucking kids today. They do. It's okay to do whatever they want. They don't have to listen to anybody. You can't discipline them. You can't fucking hit them.
They have no consequences because they have nothing
hit
to
them.
lose.
You can't lay a hand on them for fear that they'll pick up their fucking iPhone and call their attorney. At 6 years old. It's like it's a totally different world, even from when you and I were raised. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and so to me, I just think it's like it's going to continue on this path to where it's like fucking anarchy. It's not that far out of reach if we keep doing what we're doing.
True. Yeah.
Get the fuck out of office, Obama.
Oh, God.
No, because why sign that bill? Why is that okay? He signed too much shit that's okay. It's like it's making it. Let's just make everybody happy. You know what? There are some fucking rules that you need to abide by, and it's like, if you can't, then
I don't know why. I can't even say that I've read any articles about it or why he did it. I would only guess that it's the under God part, because we're a nation of such diversity and different cultures and different religious beliefs, that to say under God is exclusionary. It's not including the people who have other religious beliefs and don't believe in the typical.
It's not saying one nation under my God. It's not saying one nation under my God. You're going to worship my God, right? It's saying one nation under God.
What about the people who believe in Allah? They don't. That's not the same God as that was.
No,
implied
that's what I'm
in the
saying.
Pledge
It's
of
not the same God, but that's their God, right? So it's one.
But that's not the one that this nation is under. This is not one nation under Allah.
Which is why they're dropping fucking bombs on us.
But not all. But I'm saying there are people who are Muslim.
That's why they're running around and making that crazy sound. That's why they're like trying to.
Did you hear what I just said?
No, I didn't at all. I was too busy doing my my imitation.
There are people who are Muslims that don't believe in God. They believe in Allah, and they're not terrorists.
Well, there's one or two. Yeah.
Don't say that. No. That's not. I wouldn't go with one or two.
All right. You're right. He has a cousin. There's three.
One of my best friends in high school was from Afghanistan. She came here not even speaking English, and she's Muslim, and she's not a terrorist.
Okay.
She's proud American.
Okay. I'm not saying that it's not possible. I'm just saying that
they exist.
I'm just saying that the majority of the whole Nation of Islam and all of that movement is they want to eradicate us. So if that's some secret to anybody, then I say fucking open your eyes and wake up, because they're trying to figure out every minute of every day how they can kill us.
Well,
so all I'm knowing is.
But also, you can be a Muslim and have American pride and not believe in.
I'm not
God.
saying that you can't. If they came to this country and went through all the steps that it takes to become an American citizen, and they want to live by the values of American citizenship, they can worship whatever God they want, as long as they're not trying to kill us. But the majority of the people, it seems, from Muslim nations, all kind of agree that we are the infidel and the we're the bad.
So now, if you were to move to another country, just for whatever reason, and all of their money said, "In Allah we trust," wouldn't you feel like always not part of the country that you wanted to become a part of? You would always feel like exclusionary.
Allah is their word for God.
It's a different thing. It's not the same.
Whatever. Listen.
I think that
all I know is
the sentiment in that was just trying to religious I think.
Listen,
I don't know.
of course, I'm exaggerating. I'm sure that there are plenty of Muslims that are in this country that love being in this country, and I'm not saying that all of them are terrorists. I'm just saying that there are a large percentage of them that obviously do not agree with our ways of life and would love nothing more than to eradicate it. So to me, I mean, that's just a reality. It is what it is.
Word.
Why is the world on high alert? They're not looking at the fucking Buddhists, and they're not going after the Indian guys and all the some of the other people in the world. They're going after one particular group of people. So, no secret there.
Yeah.
And to me, if you're in this country and you're fortunate enough to be a citizen of this country, especially for the young people of this country, they're born as citizens of this country, they should know what it is to love their country. And especially now more than ever, we need our young people to love their country and take pride in their country because, war is on our doorstep. War is like right around the corner. If some serious measures aren't taken to counteract all of the stuff that's coming our way, it's going to be a bad situation. So young people, I think more than ever, have to know what this country is about because they just might wind up fighting for it one day. It's very possible that if we get into another situation, and people think, well, it's never going to happen again. But World War I, World War II, if World War III happens, yeah, World War. Well, you try to say that 5 times fast. Try to say it once fast. Listen, they enacted a draft back then because they needed massive amounts of people to battle against the forces that were looking to annihilate our nation. And that right now is more so than ever is a worry that we have. So don't be surprised that in our lifetime, I hope that to God that it doesn't happen, but in our lifetime, if there's another world war of that level again, and they do enact a draft again, which would be the worst thing that could ever happen. But if that were the case, young people need to know what it is to what this nation's about. And it's about people like that went and fought. Like my dad was a World War II Navy, fought on a destroyer ship in World War II. Was at the Battle of Okinawa, was in Pearl Harbor. He was all over World War II, spent a lot of years in the Navy. And like those people are the people that are responsible for us being alive and having the freedoms that we have right now. So, to me, I know I'm like going off on all of this.
Good God, man. Can I change
but listen,
the subject?
you're the one that brought up the kids shouldn't be allowed. Should be allowed to say, I don't want to say the Pledge of Allegiance. My whole point is not.
I want them to want to say it,
yes.
not have to say it because they don't know what it means.
My whole point is that it's not just the Pledge of Allegiance. It's about when does it become okay to just do nothing? Like when are you going to just say, you know what? Well, they don't have to say. Well, I guess we can't. If we said it was okay to not do that, I guess we're going to have to say to not do this. Before you know it, it's just like no one really has to do anything. So there you go.
Oh, good God!
I'm done.
Where's my pillow?
Yeah.
Oh, I do want to throw.
You'll be biting your pillow in a couple minutes. Round 4 coming up. Ding ding.
I do want to throw a piece of because I know we're running kind of long. I know it's Tip Tuesday, but we're not going to really be doing tips today too much because I didn't see anything.
Well, no, it's just we're not taking live calls tonight, right? So
yeah, so
yeah.
Just
but we're going to save that for Friday, though.
Yeah, so I did want to throw it out there though because I saw Christina Carrillo. She had a post about I think her dog vomited on her new carpet.
I love it when that happens.
Yeah, and animals actually.
Christine, I got to tell you, that's what you get for having carpet.
They seek
Rip it out.
They seek rugs, area rugs, bathroom rugs, kitchen area rugs, bathroom mat. They seek these things out. But I did want to tell her that I did have a possible solution that I don't think she had tried, and it's a product I had discussed before. I had discovered it when I was at a pet industry trade show.
A doghouse?
Back in 2003. What?
A doghouse?
No. It was where I ended up getting Kilo, where I saw him for the first time. And there was a new product coming out by Lambert K. I think they do Arm & Hammer. I think. Maybe not. Anyway, so it's called Fresh and Clean. And it comes in spray bottles and also gallon jugs. And the way that they were demonstrating it to the pet shop vendors and the people who go to pet industry trade shows, the insiders, they had brought lots and lots of pieces of carpet they had urine on, that they dried urine.
Oh, I want that job.
Some of it was dried for a really long time. Like, it was in there, in this piece of carpet, dried, baked on. It was in the carpet.
I want to be the guy that goes to those trade shows every weekend. I transport the pissed-on squares of carpet.
So they had tested this and sprayed this Fresh and Clean on the carpet, and like literally in like minutes, the stains disappeared. Not like, it changes the chemical makeup of stuff that's dried on your carpet. It's a carpet cleaner. It literally changed it and made it disappear. So when it came out, I rushed to the store to get it, and I had this little cat scratcher things, like where they're made out of carpet and they got some sisal rope on it. And I had some of those that my cats had peed on or somebody threw up. It was stained. It was dirty. And I sprayed it with the Lambert K Fresh and Clean. You can get it on Amazon, by the way. I'll give you a link if you want. And it's fucking miraculous. I can't say anything more about it than it literally makes stains disappear. Disappear. The pee disappeared. Like, the stains, the dirtiness disappeared. It was unbelievable.
It does wonders on skid marks as well. So, yeah.
I don't use it on clothing. It works very well on carpet.
Oh, damn, you mean you're not supposed to use it on your...
No, it works great on carpet. It really, really works. It not only does it remove the stain, but it takes away the odor that animals can still smell, that it's underneath. It really, really works.
Right.
So I'll put a link to it on today's episode, so you can
go.
Check it out. That's where I get it.
So there are some questions out there coming in for some DIY stuff, and I have also a lot of stuff I want to talk about the segment I did just a couple days ago on Fox and Friends with this new line of DeWalt tools that's just like off the meter. I can't even believe the stuff that's going on with some of these major tool companies right now.
And I want to talk about some stuff that we also just received in the mail from Milwaukee.
That's coming up on Milwaukee and DeWalt, the two of my favorite tool companies. They are putting out some amazing stuff. I'm going to be telling you guys about a lot of that on the next pod coming out on Friday. And we want to remind you that we love you guys, and we really appreciate you coming back and listening to us every week, twice a week. Tell your friends about the Hammer and Nails podcast.
Don't forget to go to hammerandnailspodcast.com and check out the episode summary where I put links to products we talked about.
Oh, there's a video on there, too, from this segment.
There's a video. There's a page of Skip's appearance on Friday or Thursday. It was Thursday.
Not Thursday, yeah.
Yeah, I put links to the products that he talked about and also a video of the appearance. And we also made a separate additional video that hit all the products that he didn't have time to discuss on the program.
I'll talk about this more on Friday, but that was the quickest segment ever. It was like a 2-minute segment, which normally I do like 4 or 5, and it's like, I think it got, that's the problem with live news shows, because sometimes they cut you short if there's like a breaking story that's coming in or something. So it was like right in the middle of my segment, they're like, all right, thanks, Skip, and I'm like, son of a, damn it. They've never done that to me. I think I've been on that show.
Lesson learned.
Was that 11 times? I think was that 11 or 12? They've never cut me like that.
It wasn't 11 or 12.
It was, yes, it was at least 11.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, I've got them all on the website.
Really?
It's not that many.
Yeah, it is. Maybe they're not all on the website. Anyway, they never cut me like that, ever. So I'm like, all right, well, something must have come in, and sure enough, it did. So, but that's what happens when you take, when you do a live show like that. So you never know what you're going to get. Yeah. So, yeah, we did the extended version. We'll put it on YouTube. So
it's on YouTube. It's on our website. So.
Right. DeWalt 60-volt tools. Check them out. All right.
With that in mind, please use our Amazon banner. It helps us out a lot. Doesn't take any effort on your part, and we really appreciate that. Showing the support. That means a lot to us. Thank you for listening. Thank you. Please tell a friend, and don't forget we love you.
Catch you next time. Bye.
Later, Gator.